how to sell your music online. I think there are two underlying questions to this question, and they are how to make your music available online so you can sell it. And then the other question is how to get people to actually buy the music that you're selling. So I'm going to go over both of these questions in order to try and help you to sell your music.
I gotta put my hand up and admit it. Think I really might have blown it.
It's very hard to sell your music online nowadays. There's no surprise to that. Everyone knows it. The music industry has completely changed. However, we can still put some things in place in order for us to sell our music online and make it available. So the first question in how to sell your music is we want to make sure we have our music available everywhere online in order for us to sell it. Now, some of these may be obvious to you. I'm going to go through them quite quickly and not give so much context and detail to each of them because some of them are obvious, some of them you might not have heard of before. And then let's answer the more important question, I think, at the end of the video, which is how to get people to actually come and buy your music. Because that's the really more important question, I think, nowadays, is the marketing aspect of things. But let's first make sure we have all the fundamentals and building blocks in place to make our music available online. The first thing, obviously, get your music on the streaming services. Whatever music distributor you're signed up, make sure you have your music on all the streaming services available, or at least ones that you're comfortable with. Make sure your music is being considered for radio. Maybe you can't get on the radio, but at least make sure that you're being considered for radio stations. The easiest way to start is going to your local radio station in your city. They're already biased towards you because you're from that city and likely you have a chance to get on there. And that could snowball into something. You never know. It's worth a shot. A very helpful way to get on radio is to use a radio plugger. There are people that you can pay to get your songs on the radio, and they'll do the campaigns and they'll push your music to radio because they have the connections with all the radio stations at a country level and at a global level. So I do recommend looking into radio pluggers. Do some simple Google searches and you'll find something. The third way to make our music available everywhere online is just to do performances, do gigs. That will get you paid and that will help you sell your music in general because you can sell music after the show. But if you don't perform, then just skip this step. If you do perform, you should be gigging at a regular frequency. For me, myself, I try to do at least 6 concerts a month. Number 4, CDs. Obviously an oldie and still a goodie because people do still buy CDs. Maybe not in the United States as much, but if you tour in Germany or Europe, there are a lot of people that still buy CDs. I tour in Germany a lot and people do buy CDs, and it's a great way to sell your music. Not to mention, think about printing limited copies of vinyl press as well. Obviously, you know that vinyl has taken a huge comeback and people like to buy vinyl, so print vinyl. Okay, the last 3 are going to be quick. Make sure you have your music on your website. Make sure you have the links to your music and where it can be heard on your website. Make sure it's linked to on your social media. And the last thing is try to get your music on TV and movies. This is so much harder said than done. One way to help you with that is to network with a music supervisor that has the connections with film producers and film producers, and they can pitch the music for you. There obviously is some incentive for them because you will be paying them or they will be taking a percentage of split, but they can help you get your music in those Netflix shows and in those movies. That's 7 things on how you can make your music available pretty much everywhere online. And that's going to funnel down into music royalties where you can make money. And that's how you sell your music in today's digital world, is online. And in order to collect those royalties and make that money, you're going to want to make sure your music royalties are all structured correctly and set up correctly. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but I have made another video on that. I'll link to it in the description below if you are interested. Let's get on now to the more important question on how to sell your music, which is how to get people to actually buy the music you're selling. This is the tough question because there's not an easy answer for everyone, but it is the more important question because the more people you promote to, the more buzz and awareness that you can get around your music, the more money money that will funnel in, and that's really how to sell more of your music. It really comes down to marketing, and I don't want this video to extend into this long how-to 10 tips video on marketing. So all I want to really mention is some fundamental things that you need to have in place in order for you to sell your music and to get people to come and buy your music. The first thing is just make sure you have your shit together. Like if someone's going to land on your website, if someone's going to land on your Facebook page or Instagram page, make sure that you've at least posted maybe within the last week, if that's doable for you. If not, it just seems like it's over, the dust has settled. If someone's going to land on your website, make sure it's polished, make sure you have high quality photos, that it's a clean design, that there's some updated press, that there's a fresh bio, that there's some fresh songs. If you don't have any songs that are fresh, maybe say recording new music and give context to the visitor of your website. The most important thing that you want to have consistent across all your channels is just that you are active. And so the first fundamental thing is making sure that you seem active on your online presence. There are two more fundamentals inside marketing to help people come and buy your music and how to sell music. The second fundamental thing is getting over the mindset that marketing is something that starts and then stops. It has to be the mindset that is just something continuous. Unfortunately, it's like something that never stops. It's kind of like laundry in our house. Like it never stops, unfortunately. And so you have to do a little bit every day, and you just got to get used to that. And once you can get around that mindset, treat marketing that like something you can practice every day and get better at, and do it for 1 hour a day. And never really try to finish marketing, because there's never an end to marketing. So just set out 1 hour a day and try that. If you can only do half an hour a day, then try that. If you don't know what to do, I'm not going to explain what you can do right now, because that's a bigger video. Let me know in a comment and I can make another video and teach you how and what to do at a daily basis for 1 hour a day to focus on your marketing. But that is a fundamental. Get around the mindset that you need to do marketing every day, at least for 1 hour, and that it will never end. The third fundamental of marketing, and the most important in my opinion for marketing, is product market fit. And what that means is if you have a song that doesn't have a market, then I'm sorry, you never will sell that music. Unfortunately, people that say if you build it, they will come are just wrong. You have to actually build music and then find the market for it and see if there's a fit, and always be optimizing and tailoring your music to find a market and to see if it fits. At the end of the day, if you want to sell something, because this video is about how to sell music, if you want to sell something, you have to find a product market fit. So you do have to optimize your music sometimes and optimize the creative process to sell the music. If you just want to write songs and be creative and write songs that no one ever will listen to, that's totally fine. But if you want to write songs and make music that you want to sell, because that's what this video is about, is how to sell music, then you will need to optimize your creative process a little bit. You will need to be constantly iterating on that process to build the best product and then to find a market for it. You need to go out and find that market, because it's not just going to come at your door. And that is the most important fundamental for your music if you want to learn how to sell music. If you're interested in me going deeper in these fundamentals to actually talk about marketing tactics that you can do at a daily level, let me know in a comment below. I'd be happy to make another video that goes more on the tactical level of actually what you can do once you have those fundamentals in place. I'm a singer-songwriter myself, so please feel free to listen to some of my own music. I'll leave also a couple links to my own music in the description below, and I hope to see you in the next video.